What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily, and if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. It is Wednesday, November 13th. Happy Hump Day, everybody, to all of those who celebrate. We are inching closer and closer to Packers football this Sunday. Noon game in Chicago. Bears week is underway. And if you are not, if you are on social media, you are all aware of that fact. Although the Packers and Bears banter goes on all year long, in season, during the season, it is especially getting pretty chippy here this week across the social channels. I will say, I respect Bears fans in the fact that they are consistently backing their team, trash talking their least favorite rival in us Packer fans all year long. Whether they are 0-10, 10-0, doesn't matter their record. You can bet that they will be loud and proud about it either way. And for that, I do respect them for. So shout out to Bears fans, whether your team is trash, which it has been for the majority of at least my lifetime, or whether it's good, which has been pretty rare. They are loud and proud about it. Nothing too crazy happening on the Packers front off of the bye week outside of today. Packers hit the practice field. Jordan Love is no longer on the injury report. I repeat, quarterback one is fully healthy and ready to go scorched earth on the opponents on the remaining on our schedule. So Jordan Love is not on the practice injury report, no more. He is good to go. Tucker Kraft is not wearing a red no contact jersey during practice, so that is good to see. And Marshawn Lloyd has been activated off of IR, so the Packers have 21 days to decide whether they will activate him to the 53-man roster, which there is a spot for him on the 52 with Preston Smith getting traded. And so, yeah, hopefully he can get ready to rock. And, yeah, I don't expect him to be active this weekend. I think the Packers will bring him along slowly, especially with the way that Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks have been playing pretty solid behind Josh Jacobs so far this year. But, yeah, things are good. Jair Alexander practice, Evan Williams practice, both in limited capacity. And like I said, Jordan Love off the injury report. Good news. Thank you to everybody hopping on with me tonight. And shout out to everybody hopping on with me this morning. Had some problems with the Wi-Fi, of course. So hopping on again, hanging out. As always, if you want to be a part of the show, yes, if you want to be a part of the show, give me a call on the Nicolet Law hotline. It is now live. The number is on the screen, 319-242-2332. Give me a call right now. Join the show. Ask some questions. Talk some Packers. I would love for you to call in and be a part of the show. Number is on the screen, 319-242-2332. The Nicolet Law hotline. Starting us off, my man Nick, you were here this morning. Were you disappointed with the Packers trade deadline this year? I would have liked to get a cornerback too. I feel like if Jair gets hurt in the playoffs, we might be in trouble. Absolutely, Nick. If Jair does get hurt in the playoffs, we will be in trouble on that front. Am I disappointed with the Packers at the trade deadline this year? For me to be disappointed, I would have had to have hope that they were going to make a move, and I know you probably feel pretty similar, but over the course of my lifetime, there has been little to no trade deadline moves that are made by the Packers, at least ones that really move the needle a whole lot. So I was not disappointed. I didn't really expect them to go big game hunting. So, yeah, I was not disappointed because, yeah, I had no expectations. So, Nick, were you disappointed? Let me know in the comments. Erica, what is your score prediction for the game Sunday? Well, Erica, I've been receiving a lot of flack on the social channels lately because I predicted the Packers to win 34-23 this Sunday. And although I picked the Packers to win, although I picked them to win by 2 scores, the followers were not happy that I, for some reason, thought the Bears can put up 23 points. In my defense, I think some of those points are going to be in garbage time. That's kind of where my head's at. But I'm going to stick to my 34-23 prediction for Sunday. I think we'll have the game in control at the end, and maybe they score a garbage touchdown to make the score seem a little closer than what it actually is. So, yep, that's where my head's at. 34-23 Packers this Sunday. Hopefully we can dominate them, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Xavier McKinney, my man is talking a lot of smack towards DJ Moore, talking about how DJ Moore walked off the field like a coward, and talking about how he's supposed to be the man and he's not, and all this stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's pretty rare, I feel like, nowadays for players to actually talk trash and have any sort of vendetta because they're all friends and whatnot. It's not like the old days where they're not really communicating outside of football, where nowadays, yeah, they've all got social media. They all talk. They're all friends, it seems like. So I love Xavier McKinney talking some smack towards DJ Moore. Ray Green, this is what I'm talking about. We should not give up 23 to these guys. They haven't scored a touchdown in their last 30 offensive drives. I hope not, my man. I hope you're right. Hopefully they can knock those guys down a little bit and keep them out of the end zone. But my man Ray in the house, I appreciate you, my man. Hopefully you're right. I'm still going to stick to my 34-23 prediction. I think it'll be like 34-16, in the final minutes, and they get in the end zone just because we're playing prevent, and you know how that goes. But I hope you're right. Thank you, Ray, for hopping in the chat. I appreciate you. Hope you're having yourself a great Wednesday. Nick, I kept checking my phone to see if we got a second quarter. So, yeah, I'd say I'm a little disappointed, but more worried because, unfortunately, Jair doesn't have an injury history, so I hope he stays healthy. Nick, you're not wrong. Actually, you're absolutely correct. Jair's injury history is concerning. So, I think he's missed 26 of the last 59 games. So, that's not good. If he goes down in the playoffs, then we're going to have some problems. So, especially with the way Eric Stokes is playing, which is not good this year, unfortunately. This is not an Eric Stokes jersey, by the way. This is a Charles Woodson jersey. I did have the chance to meet Eric Stokes a couple years back, as you can see on the wall over there. So we'll see. There we go. We'll see how he can play the rest of this year. Carrington Valentine playing okay. He hasn't played a whole lot. But, yeah, if Jair goes down in the playoffs, we could be in trouble in the back end. What else we got? Austin, this is what I'm talking about. 23 points is pretty optimistic. I know, Austin. I know. But just bear with me here. As long as we get the win, it doesn't matter, right? And that's what I predict us to do. So 34-23 Packers. I'm getting a lot of flack for that 23 score prediction. The vibe is we better freaking win this weekend. Is kind of what I'm feeling. If we lose, that ain't good. That is not good. If we lose, it was not good. But that's not going to happen. Positive vibes only here in the chat. My man Ray, got you. We'll be watching all the way from out here in Orange County, California. Lots of Packers fans out here. Go Pack, go. Ray, appreciate you for hopping in. My man Kyle in the chat. Holy buckets. Glad to see the Packers getting healthy for the stretch run. On a different note, Hafley tends to wait until the third quarter to make adjustments. It feels like if adjustments are made sooner against some of these better opponents, the defense could take over or keep the Packers in some of these bad offensive games. I know the second half defensive stats are good, but it seems like the second quarter in a lot of these games is the quarter that kills the Packers against good opponents. Yeah, we saw it last week against the Lions a week ago before the bye. That second quarter was rough. Jordan Love threw a pick six right before the half. And, yeah, Second quarter hasn't been that great for us. Second half, though, has. So hopefully we can play the entire game this weekend like we do in the second half. My man Ty in the chat. Appreciate you hopping on and spending your time this Wednesday evening on the Packers stream. I know you're talking a little smack about Jordan Love, but hey, you're in a Packers chat. Spending your Wednesday evening talking some Packers. I like that. I think I've already got the win there in you spending a time on the Packers chat. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate you. What else we got? Gary over on Facebook. Record day for Josh Jacobs coming up. I hope they can feed him. He had 80 yards in the first half against the Lions game a week ago and didn't see much of him in the second half. So although we were playing from behind, I do understand why they weren't running it as much, but got to keep feeding him. Got to keep feeding him. All right, it is time for the Packers Fact of the Day, brought to you by TickPick, and it is a good one. You guys are going to love it.
It's time for your Green Bay Packers Fact of the Day, brought to you by TickPick. TickPick guarantees to have the lowest prices on Packers tickets. If you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use the code Packers20 at checkout. That's Packers20. This promo code can only be used in the app, so be sure to download the TickPick app today.
All right, your fact of the day, including a 2010 victory in Chicago during the playoffs, which we went on to win the Super Bowl that year, by the way. Green Bay has won 25 of the last 30 meetings against the Bears, including 13 wins in the last 14 games. Needless to say, if you were born after 2010, you have rarely seen the Packers lose to the Bears. And as much as this rivalry is the greatest in all of football, it has been pretty one-sided during that time and really during my entire lifetime as well. So I thought after this year's draft, they might be a little bit more respectable as far as a team goes, possibly have a solid squad for this year, but the wheels are starting to fall off over there in Chicago. They fired their offensive coordinator this week. There's talks about the locker room problems related to who they want to start at quarterback. I think this weekend's game can either be a make or break type of game for the rest of their season. Hopefully, we can put them out of their misery with a beatdown. So, shout out to the Bears for sucking the last 30 years. And shout out to TickPick for hopping on and partnering with myself. I don't ever promote anything, pretty much ever. And promoting them is something that I take good pride in because I use them every time I go to Packers game. I use TickPick when I went to the Cardinals game a few weeks back. They guarantee the cheapest tickets out there. And if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, they will give you 110% of your money back. So they guarantee the cheapest tickets out there. Boom, done. Case in point. What more could you ask for? So shout out to TickPick. Download the app and use the code Packers20 for $20 off your order. Emilio in the chat. Man, you are the man, Rob. Emilio, you're the man. Appreciate you hopping in, my man. Appreciate you. Hoping you're having yourself a great Wednesday hump day. Aaron in the chat. Can we all agree Nixon is not a true cornerback? Well, he's not a true outside corner. That's for sure. He got cooked against St. Brown against the Lions game. He's great in the slot. I like seeing him in the slot. Not necessarily in the outside. But I'm also not a huge film guy. So I'm not breaking down film. I'm not really watching play-by-play like on a play-to-play basis. I'm watching the broadcast. I'm watching highlights. I'm making content around things that I know. And diving into film is not necessarily one of them. So, Aaron, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you. Nick, if the Bears want to be respectable, they need a clean house. The coaching is terrible. They have no culture. Keep it that way. I like it. Erica, one last one here. Who do you think will score first for the Pack? Tucker Kraft. Mark it. Book it down. Tucker Kraft will be scoring first this weekend. All right, guys. That is going to do it for me today as far as the show goes. As far as the content, though, it never stops. I'm always posting anything and everything Packers related all day long on the social channels. Please be following at GBP Daily, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, everything, all over. So appreciate you doing that. And if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that as well. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, I will catch you guys later. Thank you.